Is it terrifying that I'm here for December 2020 Plan With Me? Yes. But did I put on my most festive blazer for the occasion? Also yes. Honestly, I feel like Carla's just been waiting for December. She's clearly a December baby. She's just been ready to go. I've got some incredible spreads to share with you this month, including the return of my advent calendar / countdown to Christmas spread. So stay tuned for that. Before we get into it though, I do want to note two things. One, I have a new holiday planner freebie that is available for download right now. If you click the link in the description box below and enter in your email, I will send it to you, and it has tons of planning sheets like a gift guide and a budgeting spread, a spending log, lots of goodies to explore there. And two, I am planning on vlogging a lot more in December. I'm actually going to be vlogging every day like Vlogmas style, but I'll be compiling the vlogs into weekly releases. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss those. I also have the 2021 bullet journal setup coming up and January Plan With Me coming out in December, which are two big videos. So you don't want to miss those either, and hitting the subscribe button and notification bell just makes it so that it's less likely that you don't miss them. Don't miss them. So with all that being said, let's get into the planning. As always, my first spread in this Plan With Me is my month at a glance spread. I opted for a 2-page full calendar layout for December because although there aren't holiday parties to keep track of this year, I do have a lot of content coming out in December, so I wanted enough room to write out everything. I started off by drawing a basic calendar with a Micron pen in 08. I have linked all of the products you'll see me use in today's video in the description box below. The Micron pens make for a great stocking stuffer, by the way, for any crafty planner in your life, so definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. To add a festive touch, I cut out a bar of red cardstock paper that I picked up from Michaels and then arranged some gold paper snowflakes that I cut out using my Silhouette Cameo. This machine really comes in handy for cutting intricate shapes like this because it would be a lot harder and time consuming to use scissors to cut all of these out myself. I wrote out the December title with a Micron again and then used my white jelly roll to write out each day of the week on top of the red paper. I was getting major Santa hat vibes from this banner, so I was really happy with the results. I don't normally add in any writing to the month at a glance spreads, but I felt like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve were fitting dates to highlight, and I filled in the empty squares with horizontal lines and to-do list check boxes. Last year, I created a really fun advent calendar spread that was filled with holiday activities to do, movies to watch, festive DIYs to make and cook, and other fun things to do to help me get in the Santa mode. If you want to see my list for this year, I have written them all out on my blog to give you ideas if you choose to make a countdown of your own. I'll also have last year's December Plan With Me linked below if you want to see the activities I did last year, because some of them, there are differences. I tried to switch things up this year. For this year's calendar, I thought a fun concept would be to make a ton of mini Christmas cards. I used just basic printer paper to cut these out, and in each card is the activity of the day. So I sped through this process for you so you didn't have to sit through footage of me pasting in tons of white rectangles into my journal. But to make sure each card stayed closed, I cut out tiny squares of gold washi tape. Super tedious process, but it got the job done. And then I drew different tree doodles on each card as a simple way to holidayify them. I was originally planning on coloring the trees in, but I ended up liking the more crafty look that the blank trees gave the spread, especially paired with a craft paper envelope at the bottom. Final step was to number all of the cards, and you're just seeing me number them in a random order so that I have no idea what activity I'm doing on each day in December. With the previous spread, I held back on the color, but with this next one, I went in the opposite direction. I covered both pages in this gorgeous red cardstock paper that is appearing once again, and you'll see me use a white Jelly Roll pen again to fill in the entire page. As I mentioned earlier, the red and white combo has serious Santa hat vibes, but also candy cane vibes, so it was a simple way to create a really festive spread. Since we are in December, I wanted to make a little room to start some self-reflecting on the year. I'll be doing more in the 2021 setup, but I think some of these question prompts are a good start. I wrote down things like, how have I been challenged this year? I think we can all agree that 2020 has been probably a challenging year. I assume for most of us, definitely has been for me. So this is a big one that I'll be thinking about. When did I make myself proud? What could I have done better? And what new thing or lesson did I learn? And then on the right page, I decided to let the reflection vibes continue with the spot to write down things I'm grateful for in 2020 each day in December. I love doing spreads like these because they feel really good in the moment, but they're even better when you look back on them weeks, months, and even years later. Fill in a little gap at the bottom right of the page, I added in this quote from Eckhart Tolle that says, acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. And I just think that that is a really beautiful quote and a fitting quote for this gratitude spread. I wanted my weekly spread to be festive, but definitely in a more understated way. So I brought back my 2020 favorite, craft paper, and used it as the base for my weekly layout. For each day of the week, I cut out and pasted in a long rectangle out of white cardstock paper. I love the contrast between the white and the brown cardstock paper, and also vertical weekly layouts just tend to be the layouts that I always gravitate towards with my weekly spreads because I love my lists, and vertical spreads are really great for list making. I added a strip of red cardstock again at the top of the spread to give it that holiday feel and used the white Jelly Roll pen to write in each day of the week. There wasn't really much else I wanted to add to the spread, but I did draw a horizontal black line towards the top of each day's planning section so that there is a designated spot for events or appointments, etc., that are separate from each day's to-dos. Spread tickled your fancy this month? And also, what is a holiday activity that you have to do for it to feel like the holidays? For me, that is making gingerbread cookies and sugar cookies. If I don't do those two things, it just doesn't feel right. So I will be doing that in December at some point. Don't forget to also check out that holiday planner freebie. It is linked in the description box below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, hit subscribe and the notification bell, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Until then, happy planning. I don't know why I felt really awkward saying that, but happy planning, happy holidays. I'm gonna see you before the holidays, but happy holidays.